Welcome to Grindhouse Funhouse 31 Days of Horror. Tonight's spooky pick, Dark Harvest. Director Slade is back in my 31 Days of Horror challenge. My first entry was for 30 Days of Night. Link in the description below if you haven't seen it yet. Funny enough, I wondered what he was up to, and a few days ago I randomly watched the Dark Harvest trailer not knowing he was the director, and very glad I did. This may just be one of the best Scarecrow movie meets Hunger Games ever. I realized that there may not be that many entries in that horror subgenre, but still. Dark Harvest is based on the 2006 novel by Normal Partridge, which I haven't read. I can't say if the movie stuck to the source material or changed a few things. Let me know in the comments. So the main crux of the story is basically a teenager wanting to get out from under his big brother's shadow and shine on his own. In this town, every Halloween night, Sawtooth Jack wakes up from his slumber and goes on a rampage, killing every teen boys he sees. He sure loves to kill teens, sometimes a whole group of them in one fell killing swoop. For 364 days out of the year, Sawtooth Jack grows in power, just hanging out in the cornfields, then wakes up on Halloween night to destroy their way of life. If they don't succeed in killing him before midnight, a dust storm will swoop in and destroy their crops. So it's up to the teen boys of this town to chase him down and kill him. To prime and rile them up, parents of those teens lock them in their room 3 days before the run without food and water, then unleashes them when Halloween night comes. All of this is set up by the Harvesters Guild. The winner, meaning the one who kills Sawtooth Jack, gets a whopping $25,000 check in 1963 money and a brand new car. Oh, and saving the town for yet another year. But also, cool cars and cash. That's when Richie, our protagonist, and rebellious outcast played by Casey Likes, whose brother won the year before and left town after he disposed of Sawtooth Jack, comes in to get in on the hunt. But as the night unfolds, and with the help of the new black girl who's moved into town, he realizes not everything is as it seems and starts questioning the whole thing. I love the premise of this movie. It's set in 1963, so those teens are a mix of greasers, jocks, nerds, and I'm sure just regular kids. Some are afraid to go after Sawtooth Jack, others relishing the chase. First thing I want to point out is how a visual feast for the eyes Dark Harvest is. David is a visualist of the highest order. If you've watched 30 Days of Night, you already knew this. He started his career doing commercials and music videos, so he most definitely owned his craft and visual flair doing that. Beautifully composed shots, you feel like every frame has been gone over to look the best it can, and it very much succeeds. They've created a pretty scary looking creature. He looks like the grown-up version of Sam from Trick or Treat. I wouldn't be surprised if Sawtooth Jack started showing up in Spirit Halloween stores next year. Also, seeing so many light-up pumpkins all over town, it adds so much to the Halloween vibe. You can't have enough lighted-up pumpkins. One of those cool visual flair in the movie is all the kids wear masks while on the hunt. I'm not sure if it's just to look cool or to protect themselves from something, it's unclear. Some of those masks are the Misfits Fiend mask, but don't worry, Dark Harvest won't get sued for it. Glenn Danzig is listed in the end credits, so he knows about it. The gore, a lot of teens slicing and dicing. While it is CGI'd, it's barely noticeable, so good job on that. It gave me a few what the fuck moments when those slicing and dicings occurred. All the kids' performances are good, and by kids I mean they're probably all in their early to mid-20s. I don't think there's any weak links per se, but change any of them with actors from any CW shows, and it would have been the same. Jeremy Davies and Elizabeth Reaser playing Richie's parents, and all of the adults in the story, including the people in the Harvesters Guild. We don't get much backstory on them, if at all. They're just pieces to the puzzle to get the plot going. I will give a shout out to Luke Kirby playing the asshole cop, because you always need one of those in that kind of story. He cranks it up to 11. Just the way he enunciates words.
He's gonna get you, so you know you've been got. Now laugh it up. I'll get it all out now, because this is not a fucking game!
Love it. Mark Boone Jr. shows up in an uncredited cameo. He was in 30 Days of Night playing the gruff snowplow driver. Here he plays a shop owner protecting his store, just gunning down a few teens in the process. Which is madness. If you've seen a movie like this before, the reveal of what's really going on won't particularly shock you, but the execution of it is well done. although the ending left me a bit unsatisfied and it is a bit of a downer. Choices that were made from the characters left standing, I thought that were kind of dumb knowing what went on before, and I was like, really? But 90% of the movie prior to that point, I was entertained. It's a fresh cornfield horror / dark folktale entry in the Halloween movie canon that was sorely needed. I have no doubt it will become a new perennial watch for a lot of horror fans out there for years to come. Links to streaming Dark Harvest are available in the description below. Let me know your thoughts on Dark Harvest and come back tomorrow for another 31 Days of Horror spooky pick.